right, the email question says, what are my rights if I had a bad reaction to a meal at a local establishment? I had swollen hands, welts on arm, breathing difficulty, had to use a nebulizer and an EpiPen and go to the ER. And that is from Callie. Callie, that's a great question. You know, sometimes, Brian, we do get people that have contact us because they've either got something in the food, a foreign object, or the food itself is bad. Maybe it was not stored properly. Maybe it wasn't cooked to proper temperature. So, you know, what is one of the first things that we always need to get in order to make sure we have a viable case involving any sort of a food issue, contamination, or foreign object?
Well, it could fall into like two categories of a product defect, like it's not made how it's supposed to be. So I've had a case where somebody was served like a brownie that had like a metal shard in it. It had ended up breaking their teeth before. So obviously, you know, the restaurant's on the hook for that. But on this particular thing where there's it sounds like an allergic reaction, obviously. Was it a known warning? Did they say, hey, you know, if you're allergic to shellfish, don't order this particular meal? In that situation, there's not really a valid claim. But if they're not warning you of whether it's a peanut allergy or shellfish, those are probably the two most common that I can think of. You know,
it would seem if it's an allergy type of an issue, I know that, you know, we have friends and family, we go out to eat from time to time, and they're always very, very clear with the server, like I've got a seed allergy, I've got a peanut allergy, does this dressing have whatever? And I think as long as you're doing that, if they make the representation that no, we don't have those things, and it ends up that they do have those things, there could be liability on the restaurant for, I guess, misrepresenting the nature of the ingredients. Contamination is completely different.
That's a whole nother subject.
Right. If you have, you know, the Department of Health regulates restaurants in the state of Florida with regard to food safety and making sure the temperature of the food is proper. I know that I've gone to different restaurants. I've seen them sticking a thermometer into the rice or into the potatoes or into the meat to make sure it's properly cooked. Also, things have to be kept at a certain coolant level. You know, refrigerated foods, freezers have to be at a certain temperature as well. And if they don't, that can lead to food spoilage as well. And if that's the type of situation, then there absolutely could be a viable cause of action for something like that. And then, of course, we have the objects.
Yeah, so that's what I've ran into the most, where there's something in, and if, I mean, it happens sometimes, there's a hair or something, so nobody really cares about that. You can get a new meal. But if my clients, I know us, like if your teeth are damaged because you bite into something and there's a metal shard or a hard piece of something that chips your tooth, that's an issue. But with the email question, if it's an allergic reaction, that's something where you should probably contact an attorney to figure out, hey, was this food made improperly? Was, you know, the staff warned adequately? Where there's potential, but on issues like that, you just need to speak with an attorney.
Yeah, you really should. I know the one thing that you know, if you live or were born and raised in Bay County and you're like me and you love oysters, you always see those warnings at the bottom of the menu. You know, consuming raw or uncooked shellfish or food can lead to health problems. You know, I think everybody knows that you can get sick from certain types of foods, and if you decide to eat them, you're really kind of assuming the risk in that regard.